So basically, that's been our thing here lately. Is like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Ooh wee.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? Ooh wee. That's I like that Saturday Night Live skit that he does. And every time they have a celebrity on, it's kind of like he cuts them off when they go to talk and everything. So, cats everywhere. So today we will be talking about culture in the Philippines. And when we talk about cultural situations, I think a lot of people forget that when they get there, that although there's a lot of American culture going on within, the Philippines, there's still a lot of culture, like the religious. There's a difference in food, big family, and some of these gentlemen that are coming over here that are engaged to the women that come to see the country for the first time. We have another one that we're going to cover also on another day, that it can be a big shock when you actually get here, food wise, weather wise, going to the family home out in the province or something. And you okay? Still reading?
Mm-hmm.
So, but anything you wanted to add to that?
No, you're spot on.
Oh, go ahead. So there is a difference, guys.
No, that is, I mean, you have to remember, in any relationship, there's always somebody beyond you, and don't forget that other person. Whether long term, short term, whether you care for them or not, there's still another person past you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So today, we invite you to actually chime in and talk about, like, when you got here, if you were engaged or getting married or coming here to see someone, like what cultural differences did you guys actually find? And today we'll be talking about Larry and Jenny that met, I think, over 5 years ago on 90 Day Fiancé. He came over here and visited. It looks like in 2017, he made his first trip here before they ended up going back and waiting 1 year for their K1 visa, their fiancé visa. And there's some family incidences, but I don't know what level or what videos you have. I know we discussed a bunch of clips, so I don't know how far back you're going. So Ricky here was responsible for clips, so that we're actually going to react to. Another basis of it is she's from the Quezon City area, according to what was put online when they did get engaged. And then she went over there. It looks like they lived in a trailer, which looks like in the beginning it was apparent that she was disappointed that they lived in a travel trailer on a plus 55 lot in Pinellas Park. What do you think of Pinellas Park there, Ricky?
Yo, don't live there.
So the gentleman's originally from Florida and worked at McDonald's for 15 plus years before he just recently retired. And it also looks like the gentleman just went back to the Philippines a few months ago and spent 30 days. And this is after their marriage. No kids, but he has some adult children from prior relationship, and he has a couple grandkids, but a lot of people mistake that those are their children. They're not. His son is married to a Filipina, which I never got around. There are photos that I have in there, but they're not uploaded to the cloud because, once again, my partner here is not on the ball. I can't do everything there, Ricky.
Keep in mind, we're not picking on the guy. We're not picking on the girl. There's just some, what was the word you used last night?
Animosity.
No.
Hate, scrapper, can't stand them, low lifes, scumbags, country bumpkin, country hick, expat trash, trailer trash.
Pump the brakes, pump the brakes.
Well, okay, so I'm joking. What? Oh, the faux pas. What you talking about, faux pas? What you talking about, faux pas? No, I want to give props to Watching Every Man Has a Story. He made a statement, and I think I'm about ready to make the opposite statement of what he said. He said that just because somebody comes on his channel and he does an interview doesn't mean that he agrees with them. If they're a Trump fan, that he's with them or that he's against them. If they're a Biden person or whatever their thoughts are on whatever, that's their thing. And I still believe in all that, but I'm just going to let you know there's a good chance that we're going to react with what messages are coming in, what emails are coming in, what we read on the internet, the gossip channels, TMZ now, or what will mix with the Philippine culture, with the American culture, because we're an interracial couple. So I'm joking about those things, but all those things did possibly come to mind. It's like one of those guys that's just his life. You can't go picking too much. And when he got to the Philippines, he just acted like everything was a problem. He complained about there not being like the electric going out and the fans going out and all that. And I don't know as much as it's a complaint, because I get upset when the power goes out too situation, but he also insulted the family down so much it really hurt her feelings. And other celebrities were even commenting on this gentleman. Even Chrissy Teigen's got involved
and again,
had some words to say.
Either the guy or the girl.
No, they seem to be happy,
but
and
there
they're
are
going
things
strong.
that occurred.
Although she is a Spitfire, she's like a stallion, babe.
Yeah, there are things that occurred that should never have occurred, and we're gonna tell you what you should avoid, because sometimes people forget where they are. The reason I'm just gonna show you the clip is to put an establishment that this dude lives in or used to live. They just moved, yo.
They moved to Texas recently.
And why did they move?
I don't know. You're asking me why they moved.
Okay.
They were in a 55-plus park, and I know he was working with his son. I started to say that his son actually looks like he married a Asian woman. I don't know. I didn't get all the stuff on that, but that's where the grandkids are coming from. And you thought she was the actual actress, or I call her actress from 90 Day Fiancé, celebrity.
Now, keep in mind that again,
he's with the Filipino too. His son.
Now,
he's
again,
military.
We're not picking on the gentleman, okay? But his background, in his own words, is one of the greatest unknown filmmakers. And
you gotta look at his filmmaking.
No, I didn't put any. I'm not gonna put any of his videos up. Now, I'm trying to establish a character here.
Oh, you're trying to establish
before Jenny showed up in his life. He quoted himself as the greatest unknown filmmaker. And then I'm going to show you that again, before Jenny came into his life, it's just recent now. We're just trying to establish again a gentleman that again, his hobbies are being a filmmaker. Does he have previous relationships? Everybody has. Okay. He's not a young gentleman. He looks young, but he's no young gentleman.
Well, currently he's 42
or
something. It appears that there is a 14-year difference between them.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show you a short clip.
What's going to happen on this video, I'm going to break down the numbers really quick to show you if you're still interested in getting a travel trailer RV. Watch this video.
Now, keep in mind that the video, again, is about him getting an RV for him and Jenny.
Are you sure that's what he's talking about?
Yeah, and he's going to show you the cost. Now, this happened, again, 4 years ago.
I don't know. Right. So this is
I'm just letting you know the prices are going to be off. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the prices here.
Okay, so this is her showing up on 90 Day Fiancé or his own video?
Because it breaks down the numbers. They're going to deliver the travel trailer, and I'm going to set it up really quick, and it informs you on the steps you need to do to set up an RV or a travel trailer, basically when you pull up to a campsite. Here's the numbers. Okay, if you get a travel trailer or an RV, okay, or if you have an apartment. If you have an apartment, you're gonna have rent.
Wow, he's breaking this down.
Rent. Your rent's gonna be $900 a month for your rent.
5 years ago.
Your electric's gonna be $950. So and you could have water. You have to have my.
Now here's the problem with this theory, yo. The RV park he's talking about is what? For
trailer trash?
No. 490, 55 years old and up.
Hey, you asked me and I'm going to say it. Okay, so why would he move to a 55 plus? I thought there was something involved in that one.
Okay, now
I thought maybe he was a maintenance man there or something else besides his McDonald's job.
Right, there's 3 stipulations on how you can move into a 55-year-old trailer park before you're that age. And what are they?
Are you asking me what I really think, or what the actual rules are?
Well, there's just 3
you
basic
mean like
ones.
Like inheritance? Yes, you got to be as old as dirt, like you.
Okay, and then what's the last one? You just mentioned it. You actually just
the
mentioned
hillbilly.
It. No, you have to be a maintenance man or an employee of the park. So
you almost sound like Forrest Gump.
So That's what I'm saying, yo. Again, so now
Hey,
the
Harry.
explanation he's telling you right now, just remember, it don't apply to everybody.
Water payment. So your monthly rent is going to be about $950 a month. So check your homework. Every area is different in Florida. Rents might be a little bit higher. Rents might be a little bit lower.
And well,
Here,
obviously,
this part
that's
of
a little
Florida, I
cheap.
found that
don't know
the
what
rents
that
are
is.
pretty
It's
high.
probably a studio, yo.
Okay, then here's your travel trailer numbers. If you get a travel trailer or an RV, it's going to be about $20,000.
Pay attention to the 10 year there.
Model,
10 years.
10-year
I
payment
still think
is
that's
$200. You're going to have to pay a park fee. Park fee could range from $500 to $900. I got a deal because it's off season. So
And it's a
my
55
deal is
park, man.
$525. My deal. Off season rate 800, in season rate 900. So guys, payments are exact.
Frame, Kenny.
Okay, now, yeah, I was about to say something. Now, this is in his own words. Again, I'm not picking on the guy, yo. Dude, if you're watching this, pay attention. If you're the greatest unknown filmmaker, don't chop off heads.
Right.
Most of his videos chop off heads. Just
Now,
saying.
this was on his personal channel, right?
Yeah, but,
Okay.
but still.
And I want to let you guys know that in June we did try to see if they would do an interview because his celebrityhood of the 90 Day Fiancé has really died down. Although he's one of the more rememberable ones, I figured to see. We didn't say whether we would put up cash or do whatever. But we did ask him, "Do you mind doing an interview?" Because some people do pay for these interviews. I want to let you know that they do, and there are some that aren't endorsed and paid for and some that aren't. And, the guy didn't know, but we asked him and we have not heard back. He didn't even come back and say nicely, no, thank you, or he didn't answer. And I doubt that he is that busy that he couldn't answer his emails and stuff. So he didn't answer in regards to doing an interview. But
Now, there's two reasons
we tried.
why we showed you that little clip there. Again, we're trying to establishing he lives in a trailer park, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no shame in that. He lives in a trailer. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't no shame with that. That's not what we're after. But I believe watching the shows, he never told his future partner. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of expats that come here and say, "Oh, I live in a beautiful home." Yeah, you do, probably, yes. Again, there ain't no shame, no trailer. But a trailer is a trailer. A home or a house, as it were, is a house. And they're thinking it's a house. In Jenny's exact words, I've never lived in an RV before.
Yeah, she wasn't exactly happy. I guess he didn't mention that or something.
That's what I'm saying. Again, there ain't nothing wrong. No hating the player there. But you have to, again, communicate. Let them know, yo, I live in an RV park. I live in this house. It's a trailer, but it's nice. And it's nice. Again, he lives in a nice trailer. It ain't no cracked up trailer, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice trailer. Nothing wrong with it. But let your partner know, okay? Now, again, we brought that up to establish that the type of person he is. He lives in Pinellas Park. And again, not hate on Pinellas Park, but Pinellas Park is not exactly the up and ups. This ain't no Beverly Hills, you know what I'm saying? Pinellas Park is known for trailer parks, just saying. And I ain't hating nobody there. I have friends there. That's how I know. Now, or used to have friends there rather. Because I only had one friend there actually. Now, I'm trying to establish a character here. You have a guy who lives in Pinellas Park, okay? He lives in a trailer. His job is he's been
quit.
in, and then did he move back into that job?
What job?
No.
No, I don't.
Okay, no. Well, again, we're just establishing.
In the last, right, I'm not sure 100%. I know he worked at McDonald's for 15 plus years. He went from Florida. They moved on to Texas.
Right.
They're currently living in a house. So as far as the painting, I think he's just doing that with his son.
Right.
I think that's what his current work is is he's doing maintenance and
So
stuff.
again, I'm just establishing character here, and the reason why is because it's actually important on his reaction. Because again, he worked for McDonald's again, but he ain't no fire cook. He was a maintenance guy, but still, you guys know what I'm saying. All right, now the next one is actually from the show. Now you can tell it's not his footage because it's spot on. You know what I'm saying?
And right here, I'm reading a few things, and I wanted to double check. It says a certain percentage under 55 are allowed in those
Yes,
parks.
that's correct.
And most 55 communities allow a younger spouse if one of them are, but he's not. And there is rules and laws for these 55 parks. So technically they don't have to, according to this. 80% of the residents, it's where they actually have at least one person. So if it is, so neither of them qualified for that, but it looks like it was one of those parks that made an exception.
Yeah, and you got it, guys.
And it says the law allows this type of discrimination because they need elderly people that can be different from the younger people as far as the parks. So technically, they really don't have to. So if they did, they might say certain percentage of the residents within the home may be above 55. This might also place a minimum age on the children that are allowed in there. So some of them actually can't even bring kids in the park. Like if it's your grandkids, they actually give. We've seen them in Florida because I lived there since I was 15.
Yes.
That
you have to let them know it's your grandkids.
There's all kinds of rules to these 55
and then they have
parks.
to leave in a certain, like, I believe most places are only allowed to stay for a week.
Yeah, it says it could be a big problem if you have 55 and have children young in the park because they're very reluctant to make any of those exceptions.
And that's another thing. They don't like those noises.
And you have to get right here. It says most by their rules say that you have to get like some sort of, there's a limit on the 2 days a week that they're allowed to stay. And there's a limit on how many days the guests can actually be in the park as far as kids and guests. Like you can't have everybody show up at Christmas time. So there are rules for them allowing that. But they say right here, there's all kinds of rules that are bent. You can't, like, let's say you want to really be in a 55 plus park. If that park's allowing certain things,
Sleeping with the park manager helps you. Just saying, little tip there.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
Okay, well, let's get on, Ricky, with this trailer stuff. So I don't see where this is establishing the culture.
Okay.
You got, like, culture coming out of your ear.
Okay, here we go, yo. It is rude. When a Filipino offers you food, that is your chance to say no. And that is your chance to say, I get offered food a lot whenever I visit the Philippines, whenever I walk down the road. You have no clue how many people says, hey, come and eat with us. Now, remember what this channel told you before. As a general rule, when a Filipino invites you to eat with them, say no.
Say no?
Yeah, say no. There's a difference. What I'm saying is, okay, now what I'm saying is...
Oh, and don't forget about the opposite, babe. At Christmas time, every time, if there is food or they know, remember we had a lot of people that will just randomly show up during, a couple of days before Christmas, Christmas Day.
Now, there's a difference when you actually want to spend time with that people. What I'm saying, like genuinely spend time with them. Then if you want to genuinely spend time with them, then say yes. But for the most part, say no. Why? The poorest person will invite you no matter what, whether they know you or they don't know you. They're like, hey, come join us.
And they do expect the same, by the way, because like I said, I remember this will be considered my third Christmas here in the Philippines. And the first one, I did not know, there's a lot of celebration that come up right before Christmas, but the one is, remind me, it's up to midnight or at midnight is the real celebration on Christmas Day?
It's called Simbang Gabi is the thing.
That's what
and
I'm
then
trying to get you to respond. Hello.
All right. No, now, again, what I'm saying is will Filipinos invite you? Yes, they will. Can they afford it? That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? You have to remember, depending on family background, yada, yada this, yada, yada that. Is there enough food? Were they really expecting you? It's kind of like a mutual respecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know there's a ton of food and they were expecting you, then yeah, of course, say yes, kind of like what he is. But if they were just eating and you can see there's just enough, barely enough for two of them, they weren't expecting you, but they'll invite you anyway, because that's a Filipino way. So say no. Out of respect for them, you say no. You know what I'm saying?
And there's Sarah did make a comment. That's a good point, Sarah. If her boyfriend shouldn't she know that he doesn't eat meat? And you're right on that. That would make sense also.
Right.
And that's the good thing about this conversation. When you guys come into our lives, we may be right, we may be wrong, we may be crazy, like what's his name says in his music, but we want you guys to participate.
Move on, gold dust woman. Take your silver spoon and dig your grave. Heartless challenge.